As we know, UFC 229 took place last night, headlined by the biggest fight in UFC history between Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov. Unfortunately, this was tarnished by a chain of events which happened after the fight, but just to give some clarity, this video is a breakdown of exactly what happened after Conor McGregor versus Khabib. As we know, Khabib defeated McGregor via 4th round submission. After being separated by referee Herb Dean, Khabib then began shouting at McGregor, most likely because he was still angry at everything Conor had said and done in the build-up to the fight. Immediately after this, Khabib then began pointing and shouting at McGregor's team before throwing his mouthpiece at the fence where they were standing. Khabib then continued to exchange words with McGregor's team, then just a few seconds later he jumped over the fence to physically go after Conor's team. According to Joe Rogan, Dillon Danis was shouting words of disrespect to Khabib during the fight with Conor, which is why Khabib jumped over the fence after the fight. During the broadcast for UFC 229, Rogan said we couldn't hear what he said, but Dillon absolutely was insulting Khabib and saying something to him and provoking him. Just so we can visualize what's happened so far, here's some footage that shows the sequence of events up to this point. After jumping over the fence, Khabib immediately launched a flying kick at McGregor's teammate Dillon Danis. From the footage, it looks like Danis may have thrown a strike or two in retaliation. Security then immediately swarmed in to restrain Danis and Khabib to stop them from fighting. Just as this is happening, McGregor then attempts to jump over the cage to chase after Khabib, but security stops Conor from getting out of the cage. At this point, Khabib's cousin Abubakar Nurmagomedov also climbs on the side of the cage right next to Conor. As soon as Khabib's cousin climbs onto the cage, McGregor sees him and immediately punches him in the face. After McGregor punches Khabib's cousin in the face, Khabib's cousin tries to punch him back, but security jumps in to stop them from fighting. At this point, Khabib's team then jump inside the cage and start attacking McGregor. Shortly afterwards, McGregor was then escorted by security out of the cage. At this point, Dana White and Khabib got into a debate inside the cage. Khabib was basically begging Dana White to put his title around his waist, but Dana White refused. According to Dana, he was concerned for Khabib's safety and believed if he did put the belt around Khabib's waist, the fans would start throwing bottles at Khabib.
With that in mind, I mean, we didn't see the belt put on Khabib tonight. Is he still currently right now the champion, or is that something you're reviewing as well?
Yeah, no, listen, being in there in the middle of this thing when it was going on, I felt that I have to start worrying about the fans and people that are inside the arena, media, the guys that are, you know, that are there watching the fight. And I felt that if we put the belt on him in the middle of the octagon, it was going to rain. And I thought that people would throw whatever they had into the octagon, and I thought it would be a dangerous situation, so I didn't do it. I said, we're going to be lucky just getting him out of here without him getting pelted. So that's what we try to do.
Shortly after UFC 229, Khabib's cousin posted this video on social media showing the injury he allegedly sustained after being punched by Conor McGregor. Footage of one of the many brawls that broke out between Conor McGregor fans and Khabib fans after UFC 229.
Let him go. We stay out of it.